It is mid-February, year 2011, and the Midwest has been enjoying a couple feet of global warming, and that makes me think of what? Spring. So today's little video is all about making spring rolls, challah style. So let's get to it. Okay, one of the first things that we need to do then is we're going to have to get our wrappers kind of started. You don't have to do this right off the bat, but I like to have my frosty libation. This happens to be a amber beer, dark amber beer. You can use water. There's nothing wrong with using water. Most people use water. You are just going to dunk them in so quick and take them right back out so fast you'll hardly even know that they were in there. Beer is maybe just a tiniest little hint if you happen to have a good taster. Most people are not going to sense it anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, what we'll do is we'll use the plate to make a little bath with. They come in these little containers. I'm going to go ahead and take my little, I'm going to go ahead and add it in here because I want it to kind of get flat. I don't want the bubbles. And I'm going to let it sit out for a little bit of time to get flat, since I'm using beer instead of water. Now, we have this little product. This is a coconut milk. And it's kind of a little bit of a tip. Not everybody will do it, but I'm going to add just a little bit of that, which is kind of a thick pasty. Now this is not a sweetened stuff. This is the unsweetened kind of Asian style coconut milk. There's no sugar. It's a real thick paste. And I'm going to add just maybe about a little spoonful, a little dab in there, stir it all up in there. And then when it's time to make these things, I will heat this up till it's kind of warmish, not hot, but just kind of warm up a little bit to help it soak in the rice paper things here, the wrappers. And we'll do the wrapping. We'll pour it in here. They'll come in, they'll come out. They go smooth side down. These little guys have like a textured shape because I think the way they come out on some sort of a drying rack or conveyor or something like that. So the smooth side is what you face the customer, and so we'll turn the rough side in, and then you just kind of fold it like a burrito. Where you have lay it out, flop it up over the stuff this way, roll it on up. That's all we got to do to it. All right, so I got to go run a can opener, and I'll see you in a little bit. Now to make the basic dipping sauce, I've got a kind of a snap-on lid type of bowl, and I'm going to use, because it's going to be convenient, and I will have it in the closet, I'm going to use apple cider vinegar. I wouldn't want to use something really strong like a white vinegar. I'm going to mix two key ingredients, 2 to 1. 2 to 1, did I say 2 to 1? How about 3 to 1? Can't do advanced math. All right, here we go. There we go. Put that there. You may also use an Asian vinegar, either light or a dark. I'm using what I have. Works out quite nice. It's not very acidic. The second, rather than using granulated sugar, I'm going to use product from the Midwest. I'm going to use about 2/3 of a cup to make up with those 2 cups I just shot. Looks good enough for government work. And my little spatula, put it in. Okay, gonna mix that in. And if you use the corn syrup, it mixes pretty well, and you don't have the trouble trying to get the sugar to go. Now, there's a couple other little products. You probably have soy sauce. You can use that. That is if you don't have some of this. Now this is a fish sauce. I'm not even going to tell you how they make this stuff. But what I'm going to do, if I can get the top off, is I'll put in about 2 tablespoons of this. Cameraman Ian, can you tell this is fish sauce from there?
Yes. It smells
like fish. How about that? I put a little more for the governor. All right, we got that. Now, this is a salted product, so that's going to affect how much salt you want to put in. Do your salt by taste. There are 2 other things that we need, and I have it right over here, out of frame. We've got to have us some red pepper. If I can open this up without sneezing, I'm going to put about a tablespoon of that in there. You can put a little more, a little less. And then we have a little minced garlic. You can cut it fresh, but I'm too lazy. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put about a half a tablespoon. Round it, there we go. Put that in there. I'm going to need to add just a cat's hair of salt. Add a little bit more later if I need. Now, last ingredient that I need are peanuts. Contribution from Georgia. There we go, we got them. We're going to de-skin them like this. We're going to put it in our little handy dandy dude right here. And we're going to chop them up till they're kind of granulated, big granulated. And I'll do that in between video cuts, and I'll see you in a minute. All right, now we've kind of ground up our peanuts. I'm going to do about, try not to get the big chunks in there. What was that? About a tablespoon, maybe and a half. Put that in there. We take our little wire dude. And we stir, 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 and in a minute we're going to put the top on and we'll do the old shake and shake. Now I've mixed it, and I'm going to add, for a little more kick, because I like it a little spicy, I'm going to put some of this chili powders in there. I got some extra hot, which is what I thought I grabbed a while ago. Crank that in there, that ought to crank it up good. Now, to make the basic spring roll, we're going to use a little onion, carrot. I'm going to put a little mushroom in it. There's little baby portobellos, and of course cilantro. We'll use a little of our sauce inside when we mix up our dry ingredient. But instead of using pork, because we're doing this hollow style, I'm going to make up about half of this bag of sausage here, make it up where it's nice and crumbly, and then we'll use some of this, and we'll use until we run out. Now we're ready to start making our mix. It's mostly lettuce. I have a little brown mushroom. You could use the white ones, but I like the looks of the little color in there when you see them through the skin. A little bit of onion, it's green onion shredded like that. Don't use a lot of it, it's a strong flavor. And then we have some pre-shredded carrots. Here's our sausage, and we'll mix it up. The last ingredient, which I personally think is essential because I love the flavor of it, just really good, is this cilantro. Now, my cameraman and son doesn't care for cilantro, so we'll make some up first without this, 1 or 2, 3. And then what we'll do is we'll come back and toss this cilantro in the mix and go from there. So we'll just combine our ingredients in our bowl. This is massively difficult science here. Put all this stuff in the bowl. And then what we'll do is I'm going to give my sauce one good shake. And then I'll get a dipper. The longer this stuff sits in the refrigeration, the more that red pepper will strengthen the flavor, and it will start to sink. It'll do some wonderful things. Okay. Put a little bit of that flavor in there. That ought to be about enough. Then take our sausage. That's probably good enough. And then now we are just about ready to roll. We've got our mixture in our bowl. We have our little cilantro out separate because my cameraman doesn't care for cilantro as well, and so I can always lay a little sprig in there as I roll it up. You know, it's not that big a deal. And from the salary I pay the cameraman, I'll make him some without the little cilantro in it. Now, I'm gonna take my little plate, gonna lay it right here. I've got my amber libation, kind of losing its bubbles. What I'm going to do, I got just a little bit of coconut milk in there. It's a little bit of a fat that helps it keep its little. It just makes it roll better. That's all I know. You don't have to have it, but I had some in the house because actually in the hollow we have sort of things like that. So you can leave it out. You can use water. I'm using beer and a little coconut milk. Okay, that ought to be getting close to being done. We wait for the beep. Right on cue. Still got a little bubble to it. Gonna go ahead and put that there in the plate. Okay, set the excess up here. Now, these things will kind of get soft on you quick. And so I'm gonna slide her under there, turn it around because my plate's a little bit the way it is. Drop it off. That's it right there. Now, if you're going to do a bunch of these for a party, a friend of mine at my supply store, the Thai lady, she teaches me to do a bunch of them all at once. Stuff them all at once, roll them all at once. Otherwise, it'd take all day. All right. See how smooth it's got in just that length of time? Just sitting there. So we take out a little bit of stuff. I'll try to do this at a good camera angle for you. If I get a good roll first time, it's because I'm severely lucky, not because I'm in practice. Put that in there. Maybe get a little more. Carrot. Fold it like a burrito, which is this over like that. Pull it back, tighten it up, do the corner, and now you have one spring roll. And I'll do the rest of them this way. I like to take them, what they'll do is they'll kind of dry out, get a little bit stiffer just because the air. And then I'll put them in the refrigerator, let them chill a little bit, and they are so good. And this is made with venison. It's made with lettuce. Actually venison sausage made with lettuce. I got the brown mushroom just because I think they're a little prettier, not because of any particular flavor. What else we put in there? You can put a little green onion. It's just whatever you want to put in there. Some people make them vegetarian, but here in the hollow, we make them out of deer. Okay. Looks like I might be able to get one fat boy left out of what's left. Not the prettiest one, but it'll work. Now, I've got my cameraman off to the side. We've got our little sauce. We have our shake it up container. And what we do, take a little sauce. Put it in a little dish, and if my cameraman would be so kind as to demonstrate with, I guess these have cilantro, these don't. If you want to get one of the ones without cilantro. There you go.
It's good.
Spring rolls, hollow style, with a genuine Tennessee deer. Got a little cilantro in some, stripped carrots. I cheated, I got the pre-shredded type. Got a little brown mushroom, lettuce, put a little sauce in them. Show you how to make that. The freedom is yours to modify and do exactly the way you want it. I appreciate you watching and see you next time.